So, you want to buy a magnetic 7x7. There really aren't that many to choose from, but the ones that do exist come in a wide array of prices, ranging from $20 all the way up to $60. So today we're going to do a comparison between 3 different magnetic 7x7s across all price ranges to see which one is the best one for you to buy. Let's get started on the cheapest end of the spectrum and work our way up. Coming in at only $20, we have the YuFu V2M. Now, out of the box, I gotta admit, this puzzle did not really impress me. The turning was very smooth, but extremely dry and not very fast. That said, a drop of D&M on each layer significantly improved the speed of this puzzle. The magnet strength on this puzzle is fairly strong, which helps with the alignment of the layers, and the turning is slightly on the blocky side. I found this to be a strange feeling at first, but I got used to it over time. The YuFu is 69mm across, making it a bit on the larger side compared to other 7x7s on the market. One of my only complaints with this puzzle is that it is slightly larger and heavier than the MGC and the Spark, which makes my hands get tired more quickly when solving. Now let's look at the mid-range 7x7, the MGC. This one comes in at $35 and has a feeling very similar to that of the YuFu. The size is slightly smaller though, coming in at 68mm across. Unlike the tight, dry YuFu, the MGC arrived very loose and with a decent amount of factory lube. This made the speed of the puzzle amazing out of the box, even without additional setup. That said, I did have to tighten the cube to prevent pops, because it was a bit too loose for my turning style. Yeah, not good. Every layer on this puzzle moves with extreme ease and feels equally smooth. This cube does still retain a bit of the blocky, snappy feeling that the YuFu has, but it is not as prominent. It honestly just feels like a much more premium version of the YuFu, and I am loving all the upgrades. Finally, the most expensive one of the bunch is the X-Man Spark. This is a $60 puzzle, coming in at 66.5mm across, making it noticeably smaller than both the YuFu and the MGC. The turning of this puzzle is crisp, yet not nearly as blocky as the YuFu or even the MGC. While I do find the turning of this puzzle to be pleasantly flexible, I still feel very confident when I turn the cube and rarely have to worry about pops or lockups. That said, there's a lot more friction when turning this cube than with the MGC or the YuFu, which may be off-putting for some people. One aspect of this puzzle that I do really like, however, is that I feel a lot more confident on 3x3 stage when turning the outer layers by themselves, although this might simply be a result of the smaller size. So what's the final verdict? My top recommendation is the MGC. In my opinion, it's the best 7x7 you can currently buy. The turning is effortlessly smooth and quick, the magnets are a great medium strength, and it is overall just a joy to play with. All that for a reasonable $35. This cube is the clear winner. Now, if you're a beginner or just starting out with 7x7, I think the YuFu would be a great option if you're looking for a magnetic 7x7. It's the cheapest one that exists currently, but the performance is still solid. In terms of the Spark, I find it very hard to recommend to anyone. Yes, it is smaller and lighter than the other cubes, and yes, the turning is a bit less blocky. But when it comes down to it, this cube is way overpriced, and honestly, the performance is lacking in some categories that the MGC really excels at. There may be a small group of people who actually prefer the performance of the Spark over the MGC, but for those of you who don't already have either of these puzzles, the Spark is simply not worth the money. That's all for this comparison, and I hope everyone found it helpful. I'd like to thank TheCubicle for providing me with all 3 of these puzzles to test out, and I'll leave links to all 3 of them in the description below so you can check them out on their site. Also, if you like saving money, you can get 5% off of all your orders from TheCubicle.com by using the discount code LCC at checkout, so be sure to use that code. Thanks for watching.